Hi everyone. I made it to Prizren, prison. It sounds like they're saying prison when they say it, so I'm gonna say prison. And yeah, I'll just show you about. So this is apparently a famous bridge. Then you have the mosque over there. And up there, right there, that's the castle, the prison castle. Sounds like prison castle, but nope, prison. Trying to get the good angle. I think that was it. Nope. Yeah, I'll move around anyway. So yeah, today was quite the day. One story especially about today was kind of fun. So yeah, let's start at the beginning. That yeah, I left the Airbnb at 8 o'clock, and Sophia, so the person in charge, was like, "Oh, do you want to stay for tea, coffee?" I'm like, "No, I should probably go." I had a lot of Albanian money left, so I tried to use some of it. So I got new headphones because mine broke down. I got some chocolate that I'm gonna eat tonight actually. I got some crisps. I got just a bunch of things that I might not usually get. But yeah, and I still have some left over, so I'm gonna exchange with the guy at the hostel because he said he would take them. You might see a lot of movement today, just because it's Albania's national holiday, like their Independence Day actually, and they there's a lot of ethnic Albanians living in Kosovo, which was one of the reasons why they are getting independent from Serbia, or yeah, they don't feel like they sort of get along, from what I understand. So it's kind of funny because there are Albanian flags everywhere. Like you can see one there on the street lamp, and they're just everywhere, like in stores and everything. So it's kind of weird in that, like, it's another country's independence, but like you're celebrating as if it was your own. I don't know. I was trying to figure out like what an equivalent would be. It would be like in the 4th of July, if Toronto like had everything decorated with American flags. It'd be strange, but I guess since they're ethnically Albanian, I don't know. So I go and do my shopping, and that's okay. And then I start going. And the first part is really lovely. It's like the valley between these two mountains, and they really like followed a river and like made a really nice road. And so it's just following that road, slowly going up. So really nice, no problem there. And at some point that road keeps on going, and I have to turn to follow another river. So from there the road is not as nice. So I follow it, and at some point my app tells me, oh, you need to cross the river. So good. There's a bridge there, so I go to the bridge. But the bridge is totally demolished. It's not... Yeah, it doesn't look very sturdy. The holes everywhere. But the worst part is that it almost feels like the bridge is cut in two, where the middle part just... like the... it's just there's a hole in the middle part. That's it. Like there's a really big hole in the middle part that you'd need maybe 3 big steps to go over, 2 or 3 big steps to go over. So you can't jump over it, or I guess you could, but you need like a running start. Anyway, I could not do it. But they had these 3 planks of wood just put together and put on the side of the bridge, so you could get over. And I was like, well, I could try to go over that, or I could go back and go like the long way around. But I've been on that road for quite a while, and I was like, I don't want to waste time. So my strategy was, I was going to hang onto my bike with one hand, hang onto the metal part of the bridge with the other hand, and walk slowly and just hope to keep my balance. And it worked. I was just really scared. Like I could feel the wood bending, and it was just not a great, yeah, probably a silly idea now that I think about it, but it worked, so I'm okay. And right after that, my app told me to use this little trail along the along a mountain. There's this little trail, but on that little trail, like, either you're going on bicycle and it's quite steep going up, or what I did, I walked along. But the thing is, you can't walk, it's too small to walk next to the bike, so you have to be on the bike to do it. But I was like, if ever I'm on the bike and I need to pause, like, either I fall over or the bike will fall over, like something is not gonna go right. And then I looked, I put the bike down. I was like, well, let's see how it goes. Maybe if it's just like 5 minutes of really bad road and then it gets better, then I'll do it. But then I went forward and it just got worse, and I was like, nope, not doing it. So scary part again, I reversed on that little path. It's not even a road, it's a path. And I did not take a picture of it. I should have taken a picture, but stupidly I did not. So then I just continued. Oh right, the profile for today was a big mountain at the beginning, once with a little bit of red, a lot of orange, but a little bit of red. And then at the very top of the mountain, there's the border with Kosovo, and then it's gradually downhill with a couple of bumps here and there until Prizren. So I was looking forward to it. So it was uphill. A lot of it I could do on bike. It's just a couple of times I had to stop, and I did walk a lot of the way when it got too bad, but I tried to do most of it on bike. No, I don't. There we go. The bridge there. Okay. So that's not the good story yet. So then managed to make it to the top, and there's like villages. Today, the people were not as friendly today. Not sure why. But yeah, people kind of look at me, but didn't really say hi. So I said hello, but didn't get much response. And then so I get to the top, super happy. It's about 1:30, 2 o'clock, so I still have 2 hours and a half to go. So I'm happy to be at the top. I'm like, but now it's downhill, it's gonna be easier. Very happy. And at the border, the gate is open. Like the little, the gate thing is open, and there's two, like, they look like containers that you have at the, like, shipping containers on either side. And I look at the one on my side and there's nobody there. So I'm like, that's strange, like, So I'm like, oh, maybe it's an open border. So I'm just about to head out when somebody comes out of the other container. And so I speak to him, I'm like, oh, hi. So I give him my passport. He's like, oh, where are you from? I'm like, oh, I'm from France. And he's like, yeah, this border is only for locals. I was like, well, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, for people who are not locals, you have to go all the way to Kukës and then take the border along there. And I was like, but I started in Kukës. Like, I was told to come here because Kukës is like, I think it's a highway that takes you there. So it's, I know it doesn't look like a highway in Albania, like it would still be an okay road to use on bike, but I don't know, I tried to do it with my app because today I did like a C shape to get to Prizren, but usually the border that I should have taken was like the one straight across, but my app told me no, don't take that one. So I thought it was just a really big highway, and that's why it told me not to. So he's like, so why did you come? And I was like, well, I explained it to him, and he's like, oh. He's like, no, you can't cross. And I was like, there's nothing I can do. Like, I can't ring the French embassy or anything like that. He's like, no. So like, and by that time, like, I had just finished the big hill. So I was like tired, and so I asked him, I was like, can I just sit down? Like, I'm not gonna cross the border. I just want to put my bike down. I want to sit down and look what I have to do. He's like, okay. So that's what I do. I sit down. I look at my app. I'm like, okay, what do I do? Like, do I have enough time to go back? Knowing that the roads aren't great. So it's not like it's gonna be going down asphalt. Like, the roads aren't great. So is it worth going down and then by the time I get there, do I have enough time to like take that highway looking thing and get over here, or like what do I do? Like do I stay in Kukës, try to stay at the same Airbnb, and then I have to cancel my hostel, then I have to cancel the other hostel in Pristina. So yeah, it was just a lot of trying to figure out what to do, and so obviously I looked sad and distraught, so I was just sitting down and just trying to think, trying to see what my best options were. And then somebody else comes out of the shipping container, and they start talking, and they're like, "Oh, what's your name?" And I'm like, "Olivier." I'm like, "Oh, okay. Oh," and then I don't know. They say a couple of words in French, and like, I guess they were trying to like bring my spirits up, but I was just not in a mood. I was like trying to. So I think I fake laughed. I was like, "Ha ha," oh, and then just continued on with what I was doing. And at some point, like, he approaches me and he goes, "You know what? Just go. Just pass the border." And I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, just pass, but don't tell anyone, okay? Just don't tell anyone." So of course I'm putting it on YouTube. So just don't tell anyone. And he's like, "Yeah, if somebody asks you, you were in Kosovo before, and you were here to try to cross into Albania, and we sent you back, okay? Like, that's the story you're gonna go with." I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "Oh, that's really kind of you." So I thanked them and everything. They're like, "Okay." So I tried to like leave as fast as possible so it didn't look like I was on the border, because there was nobody. Well, I guess it makes sense that there's nobody on the border. You're not allowed. So yeah, I just tried to go away from the road, and I put my things together and then started going again. But yeah, really kind, and like, and I get that it's not their problem. Like, I'm sure they would have let me go earlier, but they can't. They had their rules. So yeah, I'm not sure how it's going to go when I'm going to cross into North Macedonia, because I don't have any stamp or anything about being in Kosovo. But I'll see, I guess. Then by the time after, like I said, that was the big mountain, and then it was all downhill with a little bit of bumps here and there, but usually just downhill. Like no big story. Just yeah. The only thing is, so I had an hour left, and I see I have 2 paths. One of them is to stay on the big road, asphalt and everything. But it takes longer, and the one that my app recommended took me through a rock road again. I was like, well, you know what? Like, I have a little bit of time. The rock road usually get like has prettier like pictures. I'll go for the rock road. I just never learned. So the rock road becomes a grass road, and with rocks in the grass, of course. So like you can't really see where the rocks are, and you hit them all the time. And then it starts disappearing little by little. And at some points, I tried to take a picture, but it didn't really work out, because you cannot see the road. It just looks like a picture of being in the woods. You can't see the road. And then there was like branches in my way. Like I didn't get cut, but I got scratched on my legs with all the branches in the way, and it was just bad. But yeah, got out of there. Finally made it here. What's kind of fun is that, so I made it here, no problem. So the hostel is full there. I think there's a big group, not sure from where, but there's a big group, and so the person in charge of the hostel was just like, yeah, we changed your room just because we didn't want you to be like with the big group, so we put you somewhere different. I was like, oh, that's very kind. And what they do, so I noticed this yesterday in the Airbnb, you take off your shoes at the entrance of the house. So I had seen the lady do it, so I had done the same. And yeah, so here I saw that there were some shoes, so that's what I do. I came in, I took off my shoes, and so I guess it's the mom, I think it's a family-owned hostel. The mom like gives me some slippers, so I wore the slippers. They're way too small for me. But yeah, I wore the slippers inside, and no, it's quite nice. It's kind of fun. especially because my shoes were disgusting, so I really did not want to track anything inside. Yeah, and then I went around the town for a little bit, but it's quite dark, so I think I'm gonna tomorrow go around properly, and then around noon, 1 o'clock, start heading to Pristina. And it's, from what I'm seeing from my app, it's gonna be on big roads only. It's going to be 5 hours, quite level, not a lot of hills. I think there's this one that's like 600 meters, so it's not that bad. Yeah, so I think it's gonna be a good day tomorrow. And then, yeah, I don't know if I mentioned this, but the hostel owner said that Prizren was like the pretty city, and then Pristina was kind of like the capital, but it's not pretty. So I want to take advantage of it in case it's true. So go look at the castle tomorrow, go look at the mosques, the churches, and then leave. Hopefully leave maybe a little bit earlier than what I said, but you know, really give myself the time to do that. No, otherwise that's it. Yeah, it seems to be like a really nice city, but like, yeah, most people are out because I'm guessing of the whole Albania Independence Day. And yeah, there's a cafe right in front called Gatsby, so I thought that was kind of fun. I think I'm gonna have a pretty quiet evening. I might go look over there. I think there's some nice decorations, and then just go back to the hostel and go to bed. All right, bye.